Good morning, everybody, and this is your S&P 500 day trade setups for today. So we're starting off with quite a massive fall to the downside, and it just continues from Friday. So, Friday we were busy consolidating, and then we had a bit of a fall, which was expected. A bit of profit taking happening as well. And that's profit taking from people that had been long for quite a while as it started breaking through some trend lines, and this is a trend line in focus. As I said on Friday, it just looked different the way that we were tracking the trend line, and then all of a sudden we got a squirt down, which has obviously led to some selling. Now, yesterday or Sunday in the US, basically there was a deadline for September the 27th for the Democrats actually to finalize their 3.5 trillion spending bill. And obviously, as American politics goes, Democrats and Republicans don't agree on spending anything. So, politics are ruling the roost at the moment, and as a result, there is a massive decline. So this is not based on the Asian market, because Japan and China are closed for public holidays. So this is really just sentiment at the moment. So let's just look at some logic here. So the first thing is 40,000 or 43.93. You can see, look at the left, there is a bit of support here, and we basically gap down to this level now. Now with a 1% gap after hours, I'm not entirely convinced that I actually want to be taking any trades at the moment, as tempting as it is. If you look to the left, you can see quite a bit of interaction at this level. Now there is a little bit lower down, and I'm just going to put just below this fractal here, and if you look to the left, you'll see there's even more support and resistance at that level as well. So that's our zone. So the zone is between 43.74 and 43.93. So 4,400, obviously a round number as well. So there is some support here, and it'll be interesting to see what transpires. But we've also got the FOMC meeting this week, so that should be coming out Wednesday, and they're talking about sort of easing off on their tapering program, or tapering off on their spending bill. So in other words, stop buying bonds and stocks, and obviously that's another thing which is driving this market as well. So we've got two bearish events, and don't see them as bearish events, people. It's just the market being manipulated. So the question is, how far are they going to manipulate this? For me right now, this has been way too strong of a move to the downside. So I would have preferred something in this area here. So I would have preferred a little bit of a gap down this morning, and then a bit of a move to the upside, 44.40, and then another attempt to come down to 4,400. So we're already at 4,400. It's if you were short from yesterday, I'm sorry, not yesterday, but Friday, then definitely you'd be in with a relatively decent trade if you'd actually sort of had the foresight to get in there. That's 790 points at the moment. So for me, I really, the trend is down at the moment. Definitely, we can't argue about that. 3-hour and 1-hour trend is down right now. We're just so far from the moving averages. I would prefer to see some sort of a pullback before looking at any opportunities to follow this current trend, which is looking to be to the downside. And if you look at the 8-hour, we've got a crossover here. We've dropped below the 155. So there's definitely merit in the thinking, something like that. So looking for a move back to 44.27 and 44.40, somewhere in that area, for a continuation to the downside. So that's kind of the view at the moment. I don't really think, if you look at the bigger picture here, let's just get to the weekly. If you look at the bigger picture here, yes, we've broken a bit of a trend line, but often what happens with these things is it just doesn't really break, it just forms a range. And if you look at that, you'll see what I'm talking about. Okay, so could be just a bigger range forming as well. So at the moment, look at the weekly, the trend is up. We do need that pullback. And, for me, the real pullback that we're looking for is around here at 42.41, and then getting through that, then we're looking to move down here to basically 4,000. 4,000 would be a half decent pullback. That would give us something on the line of 12-13%, and that would be a good indication of bailing into this. So I am in on, I did get in on longs off the bottom of the channel on my long-term portfolio. So I'm going to be watching this area here, 43.74, 43.93. If we start breaking below that, then I'm more than likely going to buy a few puts on the options market just to get myself some assurance against that, and we'll see what happens from there. Not really too stressed. This is a fairly decent or healthy pullback at the moment. So, and we still do have sort of divergence here. You can see there's the low, there's the current low, and look at the oscillator. So we do have daily diversions at the moment. So as soon as we start swinging, that would indicate a relatively strong move to the upside. I would at least think we'd get another attempt at the highs before sort of falling off in a V reversal like this. But anyway, we need to break below this low here, which is 43.53. So we need to break that, come back, test it on the daily before we can even start thinking about a longer term downtrend forming. So right now, probably bottom of channel coming up. So this here I can delete and then just focus on that channel there. And then I've got a lot of noise here. So just do that, and you'll see what I mean. So just an extension of the channel right now. Okay, so I'm watching this intensely. It could be an opportunity to buy, but I wouldn't buy off the first signal. I want to see the second or third signal, and that would be on a 3-hour or even a 2-hour chart before I even start looking at this for opportunities to the upside. Okay, so that's kind of my view at the moment. Nice and healthy right now, so we're just going to watch and see what transpires for now. And if I do see something, I'll let you know in the Telegram channel as usual. Anyway, hope it helps you, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow morning. Cheers for now.